Have you ever wondered what it's like to form a bond with something you were taught to fear? To defy every rule you've ever known? To break through barriers no one ever expected you to overcome? Let me tell you the story of a young girl and a leopard, two beings from different worlds, bound by an unlikely friendship in the heart of a wild jungle. In the dense, green heart of the jungle, there lived a girl named Maya. She was a child of the jungle, born and raised among towering trees and rivers that shimmered under the golden sun. Her parents were naturalists, researchers who studied the many creatures that roamed the earth, but Maya had always felt a deeper connection to the wild than to human civilization. The air here was thick with the scent of damp earth, the rustling of leaves and the calls of birds that echoed through the trees. It was a place that felt like home, yet for all its beauty, it was also a place of constant danger. One day, as Maya wandered deeper into the jungle than usual, she stumbled upon a leopard cub. It was small, with golden fur and dark spots, its eyes wide and filled with fear. The cub's mother had been killed in a storm, and now the little creature was alone, trembling in the shadows. Maya, despite the warning of danger, crouched beside the cub. She felt an overwhelming urge to protect it, to offer it safety. The cub, still wary of this human presence, growled softly, but it was clear it was not going anywhere. With a deep breath, Maya reached out and gently placed her hand on the cub's soft, warm head. It felt like a spark of magic passed between them, a moment of connection that transcended species. As the days passed, Maya returned to the cub, whom she named Zuri, every day. Slowly, Zuri grew accustomed to her presence. Maya would bring food, her voice calm and soothing, and with time, Zuri learned to trust her. The jungle, with all its dangers, became their shared world, a place where two very different beings could live in harmony. Maya cared for Zuri as if it were her own child, learning to communicate through gestures and shared moments, but life in the jungle was never without its challenges. As Zuri grew stronger, her instincts became more pronounced. She began to hunt, her wild nature emerging in full force. Maya, too, had to adapt. There were times when Zuri would chase after smaller animals, her sharp teeth and powerful paws showing the true fierceness of her species. But Maya never scolded her. Instead, she offered comfort and love, teaching Zuri the balance between the wild and the peaceful. One afternoon, as Maya and Zuri were playing near the riverbank, a loud rustling erupted from the bushes. Maya's heart skipped a beat as a large, menacing tiger appeared, its eyes glowing with hunger. The jungle was not always kind, and it was clear that the tiger saw Zuri as prey. Without thinking, Maya stepped forward, standing in front of her beloved leopard. The tiger snarled, its gaze locked on Maya, but she stood firm. "Go away," she whispered, not out of fear, but out of love and resolve. Zuri, sensing the danger, let out a fierce growl, her small body now a protector as much as Maya was. The tiger, intimidated by the unity between them, hesitated. The two stood together, their bond stronger than any fear, and in that moment, the tiger backed off, disappearing into the jungle. Maya and Zuri shared a silent moment, the weight of what had just happened sinking in. Maya realized that the love they shared, the trust they had built, was a force more powerful than any wild animal. But their journey was far from over. Weeks later, the jungle faced an even greater challenge. A wildfire had begun to spread, devouring everything in its path. The dense trees, the animals, and even the precious water sources were at risk. Maya and Zuri found themselves in the heart of the flames, with no way out. The smoke was thick, choking their breaths, and the heat was unbearable. Maya's heart pounded in her chest as she clutched Zuri's fur, determined to protect her at all costs. But just as hope seemed to fade, Maya remembered something her parents had taught her. The forest always finds a way to heal itself. She could feel the ground beneath her feet, the ancient roots of the trees that stretched deep into the earth. With a surge of hope, she guided Zuri toward a hidden part of the jungle, a place where the fire hadn't yet reached. As they ran, Maya and Zuri passed by other animals, monkeys, deer, even birds that were fleeing in panic. But Maya's focus was solely on one thing: survival. She had made a promise to herself and to Zuri that she would never leave her. And together, they would face this challenge, just as they had faced all the others. Finally, they reached a safe haven, a small, untouched valley, protected by high cliffs on all sides. It was a place where the jungle had endured the worst storms and fires, a place where life could regenerate. As the fire raged in the distance, Maya and Zuri found solace in this quiet valley, their bond stronger than ever. The days that followed were filled with rebuilding. The jungle, though scarred, began to recover. The trees began to sprout new shoots, and the animals slowly returned to their homes. Maya and Zuri were there to witness it all, their presence a testament to the resilience of life, even in the face of destruction. But their story didn't end there. As Maya grew older, she became known as the girl who had lived with a leopard, the girl who had bridged the gap between human and animal, showing the world that kindness, trust, and love could overcome any obstacle. She traveled far and wide, telling the story of Zuri and the lessons she had learned in the jungle. And Zuri, she became the guardian of the jungle, a symbol of the strength found in friendship, in the quiet moments of care and kindness. She was no longer just a wild animal, but a partner, a protector, and a friend. As Maya looked back on all they had overcome together, she knew one thing for certain: kindness was the most powerful force in the world, and it could heal even the deepest wounds. So, dear viewers, can you imagine what it feels like to stand firm in the face of fear, to protect someone you love with all your heart? What would you do for the ones who depend on you? Let us know in the comments below, and remember to like, share, and subscribe for more heartwarming stories of hope and transformation. Who knows? The next story might just inspire you to make a change in your own life.